Good morning, guys. It's another day. We're gonna do a draw with me video. I want you to grab your pencils. I want you to grab your sketchbook. I want you to call your dad and tell him you're gonna be out for an hour because I'm drawing with Bryn. And he'll say, "Who's Bryn?" And you're gonna say, "Shut up, Dad. How dare you?"
I figured we'd all sleep upstairs.
Honestly though, dude, I am so excited that you're here. I'm so excited for you to draw with me. It's raining today, which I wasn't expecting because it's like mid-July and it's so freaking hot. And now I'm wearing a coat. I'm mad. I'm getting that B-roll. Oh man, this is when P offers to record some B-roll for me. I don't like how you're filming it. This is how you film something subtly. It's like this. So people don't know, okay? This is how Patrick films me everywhere we go. He films me like this.
You're doing great.
You're doing great, sweetie. Today I'm sketching at Tremont Coffee. I've never been here before. Anytime you go into a new coffee shop, you just gotta do bathroom selfies. I don't make the rules. Patrick got this insanely good peanut butter cookie. It was sinful. So freaking good. I got this cinnamon crumble muffin, and let's just say it just wasn't a peanut butter cookie, if you know what I'm saying.
Did you just make a big fart?
No.
If you mess with my camera, I'm gonna shout, "This man just made a big fart." And everyone in here will know.
So after threatening your partner so they don't freaking mess with you when you're making a video call, I posted in my stories that I was looking for prompts to draw.
Now we wait. I asked people to give me a prompt because I can't trust you to give me a prompt because your prompts are like stop sign, fire truck.
Hold up. Let me explain why I have this super embarrassingly large and extremely organized pencil pouch with me. I've been so into drawing with colored pencils recently, and I have tons of them, more than I ever thought I would have. I've seen people that have tons of colored pencils, and I'm just like, oh, wow. Now I'm like, I literally cannot get enough. Give me more. Yum, 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 yum. I love colored pencils. So I bought this case that I can organize my pencils in, and if you are a chaotic person, this does not work. This is super unfun. Anyways, I took this to the coffee shop, and it was a little embarrassing. So my process when drawing something that I've never drawn before is usually to start with a lighter colored pencil or a more transparent layerable marker. I grabbed Blue Lake from Prismacolor Premiere. When I tell you that this colored pencil is a masterpiece, our first prompt is dragon, which is interesting because I've never really done dragons. Initially I was like, I need to look up references, but a dragon is a mythical creature. We know it's a lizard, we know it has wings, but other than that, it can be anything you want. I felt like looking at a reference might push me in a direction too far, and I didn't really want to do that. And at this point, with this being my first piece, I just didn't want to get bogged down by looking at other artists' dragons and then feeling like I could never. A lot of times it's easier to make a blob shape first rather than just going straight into an outline. Just trust me on this. Especially when you have no idea what you're doing, just make a blob and then go over it with your line work afterwards. Line work can feel so final. As far as how I'm laying down color, I'm kind of like not thinking about it too much. Truthfully, I just got a bunch of these pencils in the mail and I'm kind of just testing them all out. There really is no rhyme or reason for how I'm laying color in certain areas. I was a little bit worried that if I just throw color wherever willy-nilly that it would sort of render the drawing muddy and illegible, which was kind of true. That did sort of happen. But here's the thing, the trifecta of perfection cannot ever possibly mess up. The answer is, oh wait, before I tell you what the answer is, the next prompt was a wolf in tall socks, which is amazing. As I was drawing this wolf though, I was like, oh snap, I've been drawing bears recently and all my bears have been looking like wolves, like hardcore. So I was just flipping back in my sketchbook because I feel like I've been getting bears down a little bit better recently, making them look less like wolves. This one looks a lot like a wolf. So we're just not gonna do that. So right now I'm actually working on a series of animals that I saw when I was in Yellowstone. I didn't actually see wolves, but they are prevalent there. This could possibly end up in my final sticker pack. I really like how this turned out. I did use a reference for this, but honestly, real talk, there is nothing wrong with using references. A lot of times what I do is I will draw something from my mind 5 or 6 times, and then I will look up references to sort of blend the two because I am extremely impressionable. And if I see something I like, I might copy it, and I don't want to do that. So I draw things from my mind. So our next prompt was a raccoon and a possum in a standoff, also as cowboys. I forgot that part. Also, you should know that it was absolutely freezing in this coffee shop. I was a popsicle person. Luckily, I always plan ahead and have 45 different layers of clothing to wear, but Patrick didn't, so he had to go out to the car and get one of my premium ladies flannels.
You look very cute. Yeah.
So the buttons are...
That's a lady shirt.
Top of the line, fancy lady flannel. Oh dang, I forgot to tell you about the trifecta, the perfection trifecta. The number one way to never mess up when you're drawing is to have these 3 art tools. Transparent layerable markers like Tombows or Zebra Midliners, okay? Put that in your cart. Next, Prismacolor Premier pencils. If you want to spend an unnecessary amount of money, you can buy Caran. Those are twice as expensive, and they're pretty much just as good, maybe a little bit better. And then finally, a gouache. You need that goo, man. Gouache covers everything. It can reshape the outlines of your piece if you made something wonky looking. You can cover up stuff you don't like in your sketchbook. Gouache is a magic eraser, but with color, so it's exciting. If you don't have gouache, I guess like you could sub it out for Posca Pens or Poscas. I freaking love those little idiot baby boys, but saying a quad of perfection is like not nearly as exciting as a trifecta. Do they have a quadfecta? I don't know. 2 quads, 8 things. Check out my biceps.
So there's 2 that I'm really feeling. This one first. Draw a frog cowboy.
Do you know what's so funny is that's the one I wanted to do next anyways.
I'm not gonna force anybody to let me make out with their brain, but I wouldn't mind, like, if they were into it, I would just give like a little gentle kiss. So it's a cowboy frog.
Sure.
I'm gonna need a new coffee.
Alright, so I'm going back in with my Zebra Midliner and sussing out the shape. I didn't give myself a ton of space for this. The Zebra Midliner though is great because you can see that I don't really know how to make sexy eyes. Oh, did I say that that's what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to make a sexy frog. I'm trying to have him be like, howdy ma'am. I'm sexy, don't fall in love with me. I'm also just a frog. I asked Patrick to model his hand by tipping his hat for me. Excellent modeling, Patrick, well done. And you can see, I do not know how to draw sexy eyes. I don't know how low the lids should be, what makes them look sleepy, what makes them look angry, what angle should the lids be.
Keep your hand up there.
Take a picture or something.
No, I don't want to.
Models be so temperamental sometimes. Now that I've made a very confusing sketch, I go in with my Prismacolor pencils and I define the actual line work. You don't get to see how this one ends because I forgot to film it and my camera died. Our next prompt is Bunny on a Tricycle, which I turned into Bunny on a Big Wheel, which if you ask me is also a tricycle. It's the same freaking thing. So I didn't show you here, but I am 100% using a reference for this tricycle. Anything with wheels, any sort of automotive thing, doesn't matter. If it's got an engine, I don't know how to draw you, dude. And I don't want to. I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn how to draw a bicycle. If it rolls, I don't have time for you, dude. I didn't have a reference for this bunny though, which is why it probably turned out kind of weird, but I'm still really proud of myself because I think you can tell it's a bunny, which is not that hard to do. It does have ears. You might be able to tell that I didn't have a ton of confidence when I'm drawing this bunny on a big wheel because I started out with a yellow marker and then I defined that further with a yellow Prismacolor and then I went in again with a red Prismacolor. This is where drawing on an iPad is great because what I'm doing is just simulating layers by having different intensities of pigment layered over top of each other, and each layer becomes more defined and more accurate to what I want the drawing to be. Once you start laying red down though, man, it's a little bit hard to go back. That's why having gouache is so great though, because I could go in and carve out shapes. If my bunny gets too thick in certain areas or whatever, I can fix it with that sweet goo. It's no big deal. Art should be fun. If I showed you my face while sketching though, I'm frowning the whole time. I am concentrating so hard. You would have no idea I'm having so much fun, but this is what I would want to do all day long forever if I could. Our next prompt is a rotund, beefy boy platypus. I've actually been drawing platypi, I don't know, a bit. So this felt kind of like doing something a little bit more comfortable than some of the other prompts I've done. I was also experimenting with laying down color kind of wherever I wanted, trying to pick a selection of colors that were in a similar tone family. I made that up. Is that a thing? One of the things I'm really not good at talking about, other than quantum physics, is color theory in general. I feel like I understand how to make color work, but I can't talk about it. I don't know why. Which really is annoying to me because I am a firm believer that anyone can draw. Anybody can do art. It just takes practice and the desire to do it. But if you're watching this and you feel like you couldn't draw the way I'm drawing right now, that is bull hockey, my dude. You totally can. If you went out today and got yourself a sketchbook and you drew in it every day, and this could be a private sketchbook, you could put a lock on it. No one can see it. This is secret shit. Okay, buddy? I'm telling you, you will see improvement, especially if you continuously draw the same things over and over again, which, like I've mentioned 100 times, is part of my process. If I don't know how to draw something, I will just draw it repeatedly. Don't give up that first time where it looks stupid. It will look stupid. Eventually, it will stop looking as stupid. Possibly still stupid, but like probably better. Oh, to wrap up my conversation about color, the idea here is to pick a similar color shade family. I don't know. But if you squint your eyes and they kind of all blend together, and you don't see like one is much darker than another, they're probably in a similar family, right? And then I'll go in with a much darker shade, like a purple or a plum or a blue, and I will go into the shadowy areas and I'll create that depth over top of the colors I've already laid down. Which basically means that you can put any freaking color down you want as long as there's some sort of shadows. Patrick's not allowed to give me prompts anymore because he has prompts like this.
I was thinking like a 4-lane highway would be pretty fun.
That's exactly why he's not allowed to give me prompts. At this point in the video, I really want to know what you guys are sketching. Are you drawing the same exact prompts I'm drawing? That would be so freaking cool. That'd be so cool. If you do, please share on Instagram or Facebook or wherever and show me. I would love to see. Also, I'm about to draw a 4-lane highway because Patrick has asked for it repeatedly and he put it in the Instagram story. So we followed the rules. I'm just going to do it. I am an actual saint? Look at me doing the most boring prompt in the world. That would actually be very fun to see if anybody else does 4-lane highway. And that, my friends, wraps up our coffee, sit with me and draw session. I was at the coffee shop for like 2.5 hours. I had 3 coffees. I need to climb trees. I need to catch some birds. I need to dig holes. I gotta go. I've got so much caffeine. But here's a quick little tour of my sketchbook page. There are some drawings that I didn't actually film because my phone was dying. But I had so much fun doing this. I hope that you enjoyed it too. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, blah, 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 YouTube stuff. Leave a prompt idea below. That'd be so freaking cool. I hadn't thought of that just now. You could leave prompts here. I gotta go repot every plant in my house and possibly rip apart the clothes that I already have to sew new clothes. I got so much energy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!